take a look at these visuals. They're coming to us from near Kashmere Gate in the capital, where we are hearing that a fire has broken out at a shelter home. A shelter home near the Kashmere Gate in the capital. So these are the visuals. As you can see, we do see some officials on the ground there, some policemen sauntering towards the spot. We're trying to get our reporters who are on the ground to give us the details, but these are the visuals. As you can see, there's a fire and the smoke is billowing up into the sky, and this is, we're told, of a fire at a shelter home in Kashmere Gate in the capital. So we're told that there are fire engines that have reached the spot. Let's go across to Akshay Dongre for more on this. Akshay, we have the visuals. I do see police officers on the spot. What details can you tell us? We can see this fire. It is, we're told, of a shelter home in the capital.
Well, exactly. This was a shelter home. As far as the location is concerned, it is near the ISBT at the Kashmere Gate, which is one of the most busy area as far as the people coming in the national capital via buses is concerned. At this point in time, the shelter home was occupied by several hundred migrant workers, as well as the people who are living in that area. Most of the workers who have lost on to their livelihood due to the lockdown were staying in this particular shelter home, which is which spans over a big area. And now the Delhi government was also providing a lot of facilities to the people who were living here. The fire tenders have been pressed as far as trying to control the fire is concerned, but as of now, no official figure has come as far as the injuries are concerned. But the local people are telling us that there have been certain injuries which has due to this particular fire, and the fire has not yet been controlled properly, and more fire tenders are being pressed by the fire department to control the fire so that it doesn't spread out to the other areas.
Akshay, from what I can see of the visuals, we have two cameras, one on this side of the flyover, which is really preventing a full view of the fire, and then I think this is the back side of the building, which you can see is on fire, and there's a lot of smoke billowing into the sky. So this fire still yet to be put out. But again, the timing of this couldn't have been worse, because as you point out, this is a shelter home, and at this point of time, we have so many who need shelter in the capital, and the authorities have been struggling with the help of NGOs to provide shelter for many who had been caught off guard by the nationwide lockdown announced by the Prime Minister. And now today, the big news is also that this lockdown has been extended. So those who were most in requirement of shelter are the ones who are likely to be most affected by this fire here.
Well, exactly. As you have mentioned, that the timing couldn't have been worse, because as far as the major bus terminals are concerned, this is one of the major bus terminals apart from the Anand Vihar ISBT, and several people who were trying to get back to their homes were stuck at these two places. One was Anand Vihar ISBT, and second one was the Kashmere Gate ISBT. Most of the people who got stuck here were given shelter in these shelter homes, and they were residing in large numbers. So it becomes very important as far as the security measures that have been taken were concerned. So what exactly were the arrangements as far as these shelter homes were concerned, and how this fire broke out, whether it was a short circuit, whether it was negligence of somebody who was residing inside, that is still unclear at this point in time. But the fire department still is struggling to put out the fire. There have been, as we have been mentioning, that there have been certain injuries which have been recorded, which have been sustained by the people who were living in, and all efforts are right now to prevent this fire from spreading out and rescuing the people who are still stuck in the nearby areas.
And Akshay, what details would you have about the number of fire tenders, the fire officers who have been put into service to try and put out this fire? And we can see the smoke really billowing into the skies, the rare blue skies that we've been seeing over the capital over the last few days. And also, let's not forget the fire tenders, the rescue workers here, everybody working under very difficult circumstances than normal, because everybody also has at the back of their mind, you know, the lockdown, the social distancing, and the wearing of masks, all of that still needs to be enforced.
Exactly, like you have mentioned that these are already trying times for all of these authorities, be the police officials who were the first responder to this fire. As soon as the smoke started billowing in this shelter home, the police officials who were present there were the first responder. They tried to rescue the people who were stuck inside, and as soon as the fire tenders were pressed, as far as the information is concerned, approximately 4 to 5 fire tenders have been pressed into action. More are being called to put out the fire at this point in time. But the biggest problem as far as this particular fire is concerned is most of the police officials have already been deployed at different locations. Several fire tenders are already deployed at different locations in the national capital, and all of them are most of them are being called out at this location to put out this fire and to help all the people who have gotten stuck as far as this particular location is concerned.